Peace. Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you guys back to another edition of the Foul Playland. As always, I'm your foul player, and I'm still feeling like shit. Wanted to make this video regarding my correlations between the rap game and the boxing game. A lot of times when I talk about the rap game, especially nowadays, I don't fuck with none of these rappers like today. And I mean, it's not like I'm saying something bold, but I don't know. I don't even know who they are. It's like when people ask me about computer stuff and I don't know what the hell they're talking about, or I say I don't know about computers, and they be like, oh, like they try to explain something that they think is easy, and I'm still looking at them like a deer in the headlights because I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, and that's the same thing with these rappers nowadays. Like, I don't know, I don't care, and it's been that way for probably 10 years plus. Like, I don't know none of these dudes. I don't check none of their stuff. And it's been that way for quite a while. Why? Because I became disenfranchised with rap and it's crappy music. Um, Especially the last decade or two. Like rap sucks. Um, Having said that though, I came up listening to rap for 99% of anybody who's gonna hate on this video, or probably 100%. I've been listening to rap since '87, probably. You know, first song I ever heard was I think "You Have a Big Mouth" by Fat Boys. I came up listening to Houdini, um, Curtis Blow, Slick Rick. Then after that, NWA, Run DMC, Run DMC. Before them, like um, I mean, in the probably the greatest era of hip hop, like early 2000s, late 90s, more. The DMX, Def Jam era, um, Boot Camp, Woo. I've liked shiny suit rappers. I like gutter rappers. Like, but now I like no rappers. Rap sucks. Rap sucks. I don't know about these dudes. Unless they get murked out here, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I never heard of Young Dolph. I mean, I heard of the name Young Dolph because the name sounded like Dolphin, like, and it registered in that sense. But I didn't know that dude up until he got murked like that. I ain't checked not one of his songs, and I still ain't checked for any of his music. That X Extension guy, like, I don't know anything that they do. Zero, zero, zero. And I'm not saying that to be cool or it's just it is what it is. It's like I'm an old man. Like I can't and that's even if I were 30 right now, I wouldn't listen to rap no more. It's corny. It's corny. It's just whack to me. Like, it'll never win me back. Like there's no rapper that's gonna come out. Like everybody's like, oh, listen to Griselda and these cats from Buffalo, like, that are dope rappers. No. I mean, like, are they doper than Wu Tang, or are they doper like as far as underground stuff than Sean Price or no? Dude, like, so why am I gonna listen? Like, why am I gonna bother? And plus, I mean, like, whatever they're talking about doesn't apply to me. I'm an old man, like I'm a goddamn dad. And it's the same thing with boxing. Like with boxing, I mean, and the thing is too that when I criticize hip hop, like people look at me like funny style, like, but a lot of these cats started listening to hip hop in the shiny suit era. You know, um 15 years after I listened to hip hop. Like my family, by and large, my brothers, like they learned English from hip hop or trying to be rappers. Before like there was really rap on, at least for us, we never had no MTV, none of that shit. Like before videos, like we were on it like that. My family at least. But and it's the same with these rappers. I mean, with the boxing game right now. The boxing game right now is whack as hell. I mean, like, you have a lot of people telling you why one boxer is doing something otherworldly. And honestly, they can't even make those debates right now unless they really try to find comb and find some like real obscure record like ESPN does when it's one of their house fighters. But there's nothing otherworldly happening. And on top of that, the only otherworldly thing that you could accomplish in boxing is like trying to surpass Mayweather's win record, if you will. There's no boxer at this stage that's at a rate where they could even touch Mayweather's record. So what's the point? I mean, it's not that, Mayweather's record or bust, but it's like nobody's even gonna come close to the threshold of having worldwide recognition at this rate right now. Canelo has somewhat worldwide recognition, but that's more because he's a white Mexican cat, like, and people like he sticks out in that sense. Like people don't watch like Canelo fights heavy duty like that. That's more boxing fans that are in that vein, and maybe some bleed over Mexican fans, but nobody's checking for no Bud Crawford fight, for no Errol Spence fight. Some cats may know Wilder who don't know boxing, but or Fury, but they don't really check for these dudes like that. Nobody's checking for any of these cats right now. And I mean, boxing, in a sense, like has me at a point where like one false move, like to the left or right, and I wouldn't be surprised if I stopped watching the sport altogether. I mean, I'm at that point right now where you're listening to somebody who's really disenfranchised with the sport and really on the edge with the sport, and I don't really want to make videos like chopping up certain fighters or certain fights that are happening, like unless they're like otherworldly. How many otherworldly events did you get this year in boxing? One, Fury versus Wilder. Have I seen a fight like Fury versus Wilder in the past? I mean, I haven't seen one lately, but have I seen two big heavyweights go at it like with a decent amount of skill? Of course I have. You know, um, so it's just, and the thing is that I mean, if fights like that were happening like once every 3 months, and it doesn't even have to be heavyweights, just stuff that makes you not want to eat earlier that day because you're so excited, like as if you're going out on a date, you know, that would keep me engaged. But right now it doesn't. I mean, like it's a bunch of people here on YouTube like trying to hype you up as to one guy's way better than the other guy, but neither one of them should fight. And the conversations that a lot of people have, like it doesn't lead to fights. So what's the point of it all? You know, and it's the same with rap, like boxing. Right now, a lot of these guys who are not prominent rappers like today, like where they're consistently making music that people want to listen to, are stuck doing versus battles. Also, I've never watched a versus battle in my life, and I don't think I want to watch one. I'll never watch one in its entirety if you think that's gonna happen. But I mean, I've seen clips of people like insulting each other, but that's about it. But besides that, am I gonna start like listening to rap again or no? But I think a lot of boxers like are gonna be relegated to their version of verses, which is like Triller or these celebrity fights. And I mean, like, with these versus battles like that are happening now are way bigger than most of the rap news that's happening now because there's no rap news happening now besides the occasional cat getting killed out here. Which I don't want to make light of that. Like, if somebody wants to get like spiritual on me or conscious, but it is what it is. Like outside of these dudes doing like versus battles and like some mediocre like Instagram bullshit, like these rappers don't stick out like that, and neither do these boxers. And they're relegated to the same fate. A lot of these rappers now, and I mean, I'm not cheering that on like that they're relegated to maybe getting a chance at getting on a versus stage and walking away with like maybe what 10,000 apiece, maybe. But that's what these boxers are relegated to. They're probably hoping that in the at the end of this that they could pull a celebrity matchup versus Busy Bone or some shit like or some obscure rapper like and be able to clear money when they're older, like get their little 100,000 here and there um when they're in their 40s and their 50s. But like, do I need to be a fan like and try to set these boxes up for life, or like or try to make sure that these boxes have the seamless path into history? No, I like when you take a rugged path into history. Now you don't got to go into the most rugged path all the time, but right now none of these dudes are doing anything that special. Period. And I'm a pretty committed hip hop connoisseur. I've chopped it up with rappers many times in casual instances, not no fanboy like the like, but you know and I've been a boxing fan since I was a kid. And I've boxed, but do I gotta treat boxing like how like some dudes like treat hip hop? Like a lot of times, like cats will think I'm white, and if I say like oh rap, no 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 no, it's hip hop. Like I never called like hip hop no hip hop when I was a kid. Like never. Like pre 2000 or pre like late 90s. Like nobody was really saying, "Oh, it's the school of hip hop." Like, that's some KRS-One corny shit and fuck KRS-One. I can't stand that dude. But Like people act like, these things, or there's gonna be a faction of people like in boxing and in rap that act like things are sacrilegious. Like, listen, bro, rap ain't shit. Um, on a bigger level, like not one rapper is doing anything productive, like, like as far as like not getting these kids blasted out here or telling you to do something productive. I mean, and I have a son, like we don't listen, like, he's never really listened to rap like that or wasn't allowed to, like, you know, and do I tell my son like to watch boxing matches? I mean, he likes watching the heavyweights fights here and there, but not like that. I'm not gonna curse my son into a life of boxing fandom where he's getting a one fight every 3 years that he wants to see. Hell's no. I already cursed him by making him a Met fan. I mean, he already stopped watching the Knicks like me, but you know, the Rangers okay, but and the Giants and Jets stink. I mean, am I gonna curse him and make him a boxing hip hop fan like at this late stage of the game? Hell's no. And I have every right to talk about any of these subjects, regardless of the look. Like, some little shitlin will try to cast aspersions in my direction and say that I can't talk about anything that, or that I can't touch on these subjects based on the look, like, or based on the fact that I enunciate. Listen, I've been through real hip hop shit more than most of these rappers been through, or what they talk about. Period. Like, real street stuff. Like, not living in the streets or like surviving in the, like, living in the, like, or living in Sunset Park. No, everything bad about Sunset Park, I was in all of it, like most times. But it's not. I have every right to talk about boxing from a perspective of somebody who casually fought and somebody who's been watching since he was a kid, and I have every right to talk about hip hop because fuck hip hop. Like, fuck all these rappers for the most part. Say it to anybody, say it in their face, everything. Like, it's a crappy music. And I mean, you're seeing like the dawn of hip hop. Like, rap is not going to be the most prominent music in 20 years. Rap is the all-time most prominent music or the most historic music in the history of the record industry, or maybe in the history of music, has been hip hop, bar none. Hip hop's been around since the 80s. I mean, 90s, 2000s, 2010, 2020. That's 40 years. I mean, rock has been the top dog for 50 years probably, but since 2000, maybe 1990, rap hasn't been the rap probably been the top dog since the 90s. That's like for 3 decades strong. Since the NWA era, there's hasn't been like a bigger music than rap, um, consistently. But are we gonna see that long term? Nah, I think something else is gonna topple rap. And boxing, I mean, is always gonna be boxing, but I think that celebrity boxing could topple boxing or MMA. I mean, do I want those things? No, for boxing. I mean, I don't. I want boxing to be top dog, but these boxers ain't putting in the work that's gonna keep me committed. Do I want rap to go away? Absolutely. Like, keep the old stuff, and I mean, if they deaded the industry tomorrow, I would probably celebrate, like, with the current industry. And I don't hear no show. Well, that's the only way these dudes have to get out of the hood. Like, no, I'm 100% from the hood, and I go back if I want to, but I don't. But there's tons of ways to get out the hood. And, like, you don't got to do it through school either. Like, start working at the ninth grade, and you'll save yourself a nice chunk of change. Like, if you don't mess around, like, so it's not like rap is like this Amazon level employer that has to be a presence in the hood. Otherwise, people can't get jobs. No, like, people could get jobs, and it's not like I'm being mean. Like, oh, go get a job. Like, no, but rap. You don't. We don't need rap. Rap is not contributing anything to today's youth, and boxing ain't contributing anything to today's older men. Me. But let me know what you guys think. What say you? With that, I'm out. Peace.